pay me, or I'm gonna tell the world where you like my fingers be put.
Get back. That's all right. I ain't gonna tell nobody.
I ain't gonna tell nobody. You better pay
Like
me.
your ass lick.
Like,
Oh, okay.
ooh, you gonna tell the world that? Ooh,
Why you trying to talk like this, bro?
you like for me to put makeup on you. You can't be you can't be saying that. Come on, how much you want? How much you
Right.
need?
I ain't gonna tell her you be wearing my panties. That's so stupid.
Hey, that's what these side chicks in 2024 be about, man. Hey, this is truly the year of exposing, because
Man,
the world has seen a whole bunch of folks in the news get exposed since January.
this is and bro, we got one more day left in May, but yeah, it's a lot left.
Yep,
It's a lot of time left. So
a lot of time
I don't
left.
know.
So
I don't know.
this is the year of exposing. So we might see. I mean, we never know what might come out next. I don't know, Tease. It might be some more shit.
And make sure I got my bones buried.
Yeah, please do. Please, Tease. Make
Mary
sure you ain't got
Bird.
Tease. Make sure you ain't got no dudes pop up when you get rich. Talking about some. Yeah, she used to let me put jelly on her toes and all that. You don't want all that. You don't want all
I
that.
don't need all that.
No,
No, I don't need all that, fam. I don't know what I would say. I'm gonna act like I don't know him.
that's man. I'm telling you.
I could have known this dude for 10 years. We could have been getting there. They'd be like, "You know him? No, I do not. Prove it."
Prove
Because
it.
can nobody prove it? You got pictures of me and him? No.
That's the only thing. You just gotta have some type of pictures.
Yeah, no.
They
No,
be
I'd be
coming
like,
out
that's AI. Next.
for real. They be coming out
That's
the
AI
woodwork.
generated. Sorry.
Like, oh look, you know how females. I always knew it was something different about him, because he likes certain things to be done to him.
Oh my
They
gosh. That's
always say,
so
why do
cute.
they always break it down like that? I knew he was something
That's
different.
because that's because guys be in their ear making them feel like they doing something so special that nobody else do, nobody else make them feel. So that's why they be doing it. So the
Man,
ladies believe that.
they be getting exposed out here, Tease.
Yeah.
Exposed. But
I listen. If you're gonna be doing the do, you better, make
yeah,
sure
and
you got
then
your face.
if you do it, put them damn phones up.
Yeah.
That's what I they be like. They be out here with the phones out and they be recording. I'm like, fam, come on,
I knew
fam.
somebody this before cell phones was this was a long time ago. This is before cell phones was like recording and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so his girl, he, this back in the day, he was taking pictures. He
Mm-hmm.
had the camcorders. So
Yeah,
he had like the tape and he had some pictures and he had it in his safe. And
yeah.
so like in an envelope or whatever. And so then
Uh-huh.
one day his girl's at the house and he had left the safe open. And so
Oh,
he went in the safe, went through, found the envelope, took the envelope, ran out the house and saw the pictures of him like, with the girl, and then it was like a video. So then he was like, so then the dude was like, he said he tried to tell his girl that those are old pictures before him and her got together. And she's like, fam, I see you, those are new tattoos. You
oh,
got those since we've been together. So
oh, oh,
yeah.
oh. He tried it. He tried
Yeah,
it.
he tried.
He tried it.
If it wasn't for the tattoos, then he might have could have got away with it. But I'm like, dudes, why do y'all save this stuff? Get rid of it.
Got to be
No
more careful.
case, no case. Come on now.
He kept so the safe happened to be unlocked, and that's how he got popped.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, bro. Well, oh well, bro. You had to.
Yep.
That's the way it had to go down. You had to go down like that, bro. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep. And I think like I think he used to keep open some sound like when she's there, but I just think she had never really like checked his phone or checked his
mhm.
She never did something like that. So he must have did something that made her be like, I need to start checking stuff. And so
that's what it was. It was something. It was something that made her that women's intuition, what y'all call it. She said, let me see what's in this damn safe," and saw that envelope.
it's a real thing. Because guys, y'all not that smart, right? I don't mean to
No,
mean no harm.
we
Y'all not
dumb.
that smart, but y'all think y'all moves don't be different. And so we can tell.
No, we
We might not
dumb.
know who. We don't know who, but we be like, yeah, this he's wandering. I don't know what
No,
he's
we
doing.
dumb.
He's
We do
wandering.
dumb. We
Yeah.
do dumb shit. We may leave. We may leave our phone unlocked. We may leave our laptop unlocked. We leave our
Listen,
emails up. We do dumb shit. Like we do dumb.
I've had the laptop situation
It
several
happens.
times.
It happens, and then all the evidence is there.
The crazy thing is, I've never been someone that looked for it. I never looked through the
Mm-hmm.
phone. I never looked through emails. I never, it just falls, it literally just like falls in my lap. That's why I'm like, when it comes to like cheating, stuff like that, or lying about things, you really gotta look for it. Like, guys, it's gonna come up.
Yeah,
It's gonna come up at some
it
point.
does.
Like, that's how the truth works. It's gonna come up. So
You,
you
I
really
agree.
gotta look.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the whole the ratchet introduction that we had for some of that podcast, episode 108.
108, 108.
We're back.
No, wait, don't be late.
One of them weeks where didn't really a lot happen during the week,
Yeah.
But we back again. Coach Mo, we got Tease over there. She repping her Cubs. You know what I'm
Go,
saying?
go.
Even though the Cubs are struggling right now, but
They on the struggle bus.
the White Sox probably the worst team in baseball. But that's
I would
neither
say,
here.
but hey, they're a little bit better than the White Sox. So
A lot better. I'd rather take
yeah.
the Cubs over the White Sox.
Yeah.
But we back for another week. Let's see. Memorial Day weekend was last week. What you end up doing, Tease?
I mostly did chilled, hung out with the family, hung out with one of my friends on Saturday,
Okay.
and I
Did you
really
smoke
didn't do.
some reefer?
I didn't. I ain't have none. I haven't had no weed in a minute, but you know what? It's it's time.
Okay.
It's time. It's nice outside. I clean my balcony off, so yeah, I'm ready to partake in some
It's some reefer.
some what
Ain't they
some
called
greenery.
party favors? Ain't that what they call?
Some people call them party favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, I ain't do too much. I enjoyed. I had a long weekend. I was off from Thursday to yesterday.
Yeah.
I went back to work yesterday, so
Oh,
I had
nice.
a little mini, I had a mini vacation. Like Thursday was super busy. Friday I chilled. Saturday I hung out. Sunday was busy. Monday I chilled, and then Tuesday was busy. But
Was busy?
yeah, I had 2 graduations. I had my niece graduated Thursday, and then my godson graduated yesterday. So shout out to both of them, Mariah and Kevin Jr. graduated 8th grade.
Shout out to the youth.
Super proud of them. Yeah, that's so yeah, I had a bunch of family stuff this past weekend. So
Okay.
and I was trying to get by your career, bro, but I told you Thursday I left the studio. Before we got to the studio, my car started being a hater.
Yeah.
So I really had a car all weekend. I was Ubering it up. So
Oh,
and
you was
catching
running up.
I was Ubering, man, listen, I was Ubering and then I was catching rides with people. So
okay.
but yeah, congrats to CJ too. I got a car for him too. So I'm gonna get that to
Appreciate
you.
it. Yep. CJ graduated on Friday. So
Nice.
we had the graduation Friday, which was a quick graduation. It didn't last that long. It's like an hour, a little over an hour. But it was good. It was like 2 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like 2 something. It wasn't that many students. But it was down at
They
Joe
combine the school with other schools?
No, it's just Fenwick.
Okay.
Yeah, just Fenwick. So it was really good. It had a good ceremony. Then after that, we went out to Perry Steakhouse because that's where he wanted to go.
I love Perry's.
Then
these kids, bro, these kids expensive.
They do.
We went to Fridays after graduation, and or maybe
listen, no.
Red Lobster, that was a big deal.
My eighth grade graduation. After I graduated from eighth grade, we went to Bennigan's, Joe.
Yeah, facts,
That's where we
facts.
went to Bennigan's, Joe.
It
We went to
used to be
Ben.
the thing.
Yes, yes. I never
Yeah,
forget. But
yeah.
then I think So Sunday we had the graduation party, so that was cool. A lot of people came through. Man,
Nice.
your boy was slapped, boy. I was slapped, man. Mm.
Well, at least you was at home, bro.
I was so glad to be at home because I ain't go to
At least
sleep
you
till
was
like
at home.
3 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Was people still there or was y'all just or
It was
was you
on a few.
just
It was on a few people that stayed to like two something, but we was
okay?
having a good time. But man, I ain't go to sleep till like 3, man. I was out of there, Tease, out of there.
Dang, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was wild. I'm getting too old for
Are you
that.
recovered yet? Have you
Oh
recovered
yeah,
yet?
it took me
Okay.
into Tuesday.
Yeah, because I'm like, you when we older and we get slapped, it take a day or
Yeah.
two. It used to be like, okay, I can start over next day. No,
No,
it take me a
no.
couple days to take that off.
I had to get to Tuesday. When I got to Tuesday, I was like, okay, I feel much better now. But
Yeah,
that Monday was a struggle.
yeah.
It was a struggle. But yeah, that was my weekend. That was my weekend was busy. This week been kind of slow. This weather been weird.
It's been
Um,
kind of cool, right?
it's been cool. It's been cool all so far this week. Supposed to warm
Hmm.
up tomorrow, I think, and then Saturday, I think. I think that's
Okay.
how it goes. But yeah, other than that, this week it's been slow, man. Just been watching these NBA games and checking out. Been watching these TV shows. I found me another Tubi movie.
Which
I
one, bro?
I did three Tubi movies. Was it yesterday? Yeah, three Tubi movies yesterday. I did. One was called Us.
Oh gosh,
Another one was
I
called.
got some in my I saved that y'all
You
told me to
say
watch.
so? Okay.
I
Then
probably
the
watch
other
this
one,
week. Yeah.
I watched one called I'm in love with a stripper or I love a stripper. One of them. And then the other one I watched, it was called Sex Mogul.
Oh gosh.
It's like a it's a show.
Oh.
It's like 3 parts or a 4-part series.
Hmm.
Crazy. So
All
yeah,
these sound like foreign stuff, bro.
I know, but it's when you watch them, you like just the whole storyline. It's wild. To be. Hey man, I think they're gonna be around a while, a long time, because all the movies get put on there, all of
Yeah,
them, and
yeah.
they be low budget to mid budget to just boy downright trash.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of trash on there.
It'd be a lot of trash. So
Yeah,
let's see. Did you listen to the Joe Rogan and Terrance Howard interview?
I did. I
What?
actually I did. So I didn't listen to
Oh,
the whole I didn't listen to the whole thing, but
mhm.
I probably listened to half of it last week when I was getting my hair done. I did listen to probably about an hour and a half of it. So
Okay.
Terrence Howard has always been a weird dude. He's always been different. He's always been different. Uh but he was talking about it's just his theory on things regarding like math, physics, um and just in relation to uh how things exist in the world. I'm not, a scientist, and I definitely did not do well in chemistry, but I understand, some of the concepts. I understand like some concepts that he said. So my thing is this: when it comes to things in America, the way we were taught so much stuff, and we were educated on so many things. I'm not prepared to say, "Oh, he's a loony case because of what we learned in high school or because of what I learned in eighth grade." I don't know that that's right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that because other countries use different things. You know what I'm saying? So you think about science is it's you can have the ability to test things and you give your guesstimate of what you think that result is. That's what science is. And so if you do, if you've run your test and you've done this and this is your hypothesis or whatever, this is your theory, then that's your theory. It may be different than what we've been taught, but people got to remember this. People that was like calling him crazy and stuff, like, again, I don't call nobody crazy. That's his theory. Whether I believe it or not, that's on me to believe or not. But when it comes to certain things, people on the internet and certain scientists, you got to think about the country. A lot of scientists, a lot of educators, a lot of people who wrote books, they're gonna call him crazy if your whole career is built off of of a way that you learned science. You know what I'm saying? So if you have your idea of what science was and what you believe, and you teach this, of course you're gonna be like, he crazy, because that would mean that what you're teaching is non-existent, or what you're teaching is wrong. So people got to remember that when you go call people crazy and people that's gonna refute it, this country's not a good example of giving good information. So, you know, I don't, a lot of it is above my head, but I didn't think when he was talking about the flower of life and things like that, and 1 + 1 = 2, people were laying on that card like it can't equal 2, but in theory it can. If you, it depends on how you think, looking at math. And if our money system is based upon how we do math, then of course 1 × 1, equal to 1 is not going to equal 2 to you. But if any of those fingers, if I put 1 × 1, how many fingers I got up?
2.
2. So I mean, it depends on how you. It just depends on how you multiplying stuff means you're increasing. So someone like him who's thinking like that, they're saying, if we're increasing, how am I going 1 × 1 and it's not increasing? That doesn't make sense. If I do 2 × 1, then it's increasing, right? Like 1 times, he's trying to make sense. It's just his theory on basic theory. That's what I got from it. I didn't, a lot of people think he's a Looney Tune. I think he's different, but he went to school for biochemistry. So like I said, I didn't go to school for that stuff. So, and I definitely, I don't run any chemical tests to prove him wrong. So, and if the man has patents that are being used by Facebook, by what's the guy, Elon Musk company, with the car, what's his Tesla, if Microsoft, if they're using if his patents are on, if and they are listed as people that use his patents, he can't be that crazy. He must know something, and those patents from like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think he's promoting the book, his book, but again, I'm not prepared to call him because of what I don't understand. I've learned to not call people crazy because it's something that I don't understand. That's, I'm not gonna do it. But did you watch it?
No.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of the clip, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
You gotta really be into that stuff to watch it. I mean, you gotta be really into like the alternate universe, and learning about and how nature and how sound, how those type of things work with the body. You have to be really into that kind of stuff to really sit and listen to it.
Well, I'll say
stuff. Yeah.
I'll say this: whatever weed he smoked, it's got to be the finest ever manufactured in this country, because his conversations are for people who are extremely smart, people who are extremely habitual drug users, and people who are into the sciences. Because for just everyday regular smuggler people like myself and others,
it's not.
It's way beyond me. It's
way beyond. Yeah, I like to listen to stuff to learn, but it's definitely. He need to give, if he gave a dummified version of, like, he kind of simplifies some of the stuff, but it's a lot of science terms. So if you're not in tune with the science terms, and it can go over your head. You can catch some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand because we talk about energies and chakras and all that kind of stuff. Like, we hear those terms more often. But he was kind of just breaking down like that kind of stuff. What is a chakra? What is the energy and all that kind of stuff? It's really science stuff, but
Yeah, he can again. He can. He went on the right podcast for that because and then
yeah,
his voice, he like he the way he talks, he just sounds like he's high all the time.
he might be. Shit, he
And
might be.
and he got to talking about the whole multiplication table and all that.
hmm
I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let him
He ain't
have
the
it.
only person that said that though, bro. He's not the only person that has that theory
He's the
to
only
have.
person I ever heard. I've never heard what he was talking about. I've never heard it in my life.
Yeah,
This is like
he's
the
not the only
first time I've
person.
heard this.
He's not the if you're a part of the science, if you've well, now that you know that he said, I mean, he referenced other people that have said it too, but there's other people that have those same that have they're on the same mind length as him as far as how we do math in America, how we understand chemistry, how we understand physics. There are alternatives to that, but again, just like with everything else in this country, when there's money involved, we can't trust. To me, you can't trust that everything that you know that we've been taught is right. So that's just how I feel.
Well, Joe Rogan got a lot of views for that episode, and he got a lot of clickbait, a lot of traction with the clips he was loading. So people was watching it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I say this: he's selling the book, he really fucking sold the hell out of it after that Joe Rogan episode. Because I
well,
know people got that book.
the a lot of the white community, white scientists, and the YouTube people try to discredit him. But I mean, he has patents and they don't. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
he got yeah,
I'm
he got
not gonna
patent.
call him a dummy. So
So is he like
eh,
done acting? He's done with that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It didn't sound like it didn't. I didn't watch the whole thing. Like I said, it was, it's definitely nerd talk. But it didn't sound like he was on acting.
Okay.
It didn't sound like it. Yeah,
I don't know. Whenever I see
he's
Terrence
on
Howard,
this he's on this science kick now though for sure.
whenever I see Terrence Howard, fam, I just be waiting on him to say, "Come on, man," or all I see is DJ from the movie Hustle and Flow. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
and then part of me I just see Lucius Lyons,
I
and then so
didn't
if
really watch that show, so I don't really see that when I see him.
so
I
when
look at him, I think about the best man.
that too. So when he get to be serious and he be out of character, like I'd be like, it's just hard for me to just like take him serious or anything if he
You
ain't
know,
like.
here too, right?
I found that out. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Terrance Howard.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't know that
Chicago.
either. Deshaun definitely a Chicago name. But yeah, so he a lot of people that because I was reading the comments and like clips, and a lot of people was just talking, they were saying they agree with him and then they was giving examples, this and that. But when you see people comments on Twitter or whatever, or in the little, in the thread section, you don't know if them people really know what they talking about or they just read something. So,
Just
but
read something.
but it's a lot of people who agree with him. A lot of people.
Yeah. I think I think we are in the age of what you just talking about. This is a year of exposure. I think we are in the age we in the age period of information. And so again,
A
the
lot.
challenge of what things that we've been taught, now we have more access to other information to enhance that thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I said, it is very sciencey and very nerdy. So it's I did find a guy. I could probably send it to you. He gave like the dummy version of what he was saying. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't finish watching his breakdown of it, but he was like Terrence Howard for dummies, something like that. It wasn't his exact terms. He was just breaking down kind of what he said outside to make it simple to like me and you.
Mhm.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
I
It's
would say if you're interested in chemistry, if you're interested in, life force and things like that, that's definitely Uh, that's an episode for you.
For all you really, really smart people, you
Yeah.
sciencey people,
Yeah.
this is episode for you. Especially when he starts talking about the periodic table. This is all for you guys. You
Mm-hmm.
guys are gonna enjoy this because I was just blown away. I was like, this is. I didn't even take chemistry in high school, so everything he talking was like fucking like a foreign language to me. So
I
I
had to take chemistry because I went to Lane, so we had to take all math and sciences. So I had chemistry, I had physics, I had biology, I had earth science, I had it all. So and then I went to summer school. I remember one year, and it was crazy because I was like in seventh grade, going into eighth grade, I believe,
mm-hmm.
and we were talking about one thing he was talking about on the this was in my music class, maybe I don't remember, or maybe it was science, but he was just talking about how the elements align to sound. And I remember learning that, but I was remember being younger, thinking like, when am I going to learn this, and when am I going to need this for? I didn't pay attention to it, but
Yeah.
that's why I say I'm sure it's some truth in stuff that he was saying, because I remember I did never got deep into science, but I remember stuff like that. Like, okay, yeah, like how sound breaks into the elements, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
how our bodies react to sound, you know. So
And
it's
he talked
it,
about right. He did talk about sound. Yeah, he talked
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And
It
that
was
stuff
way
like
up.
that, it's kind of, bro, it's just he's just talking about, when you think about people like Dr. What's his name? Dr. CB.
Yeah, Dr.
Um
TV.
and like people who into like natural wholesome things, they look at the elements of what our body is made of.
They do. Yep, they
So
do.
it can regenerate itself with the right elements, and
They do.
that's all just science and understanding it. And so I believe that, but we're not going to be taught that stuff, because then if we're taught to heal our bodies, if we taught that if I'm deficient in this, I'm deficient in that, and I add this, and this will counter this, then you won't have no reason, you know, cancer will be gone. You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
get paid. Nobody get
Nobody
paid.
would get paid. You know, you wouldn't they wouldn't have all this expensive medicine. You know what I'm saying? So it's no money in
Chemotherapy treatment will be gone. Those doctor visits will be over.
therapy.
All
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
that
yeah,
kind of it's money
I
in
get
staying
it.
sick.
I
Yeah.
get it. I do.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not. It doesn't benefit anybody for having cures.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
I get it.
No.
But you know, hey, everybody who's interested in the Joe Rogan and Terrance Howard interview, check them out. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it's like over 2 hours long, something
Shit, it
like
might be like
that.
3 hours.
It is
Three
three.
hours, fine.
I I know it's long. I know it's
Yeah.
long. I see the numbers. So y'all
Yeah.
check
It's
it
a
out if
long
that's
one.
what y'all interested in.
Yeah. And give me the dummy version when y'all done watching.
Yeah, like if y'all got comments about it, just give us the dummy version. Like give us like the version like off Madison Pulaski slash Jackson and Holman. Like
Yeah, that's what we
give it
need.
give it to us like that. Don't give it to us like we all attended Oxford. All right,
Yeah.
don't we don't need
We
that.
do.
Okay?
Yeah.
Help us help you. That's what we
Yes.
need.
Just help me. Nigga.
Nigga. Um
We
so
probably stopped saying that too. I forgot.
oh yeah, we did. That's from the other episode. I know.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
last week.
We gotta get a we gotta get something, bro. That if we say that word, we gotta give something, or we gotta do something next if we say it on the show.
We got to vote for Trump.
Oh hell no.
Well, what about a segue right there? How about that? How
No,
about that?
sir. No, no, no,
So,
no, no, no.
some breaking news before we got on, before we started this pod earlier today, about 3 hours ago. Old Donnie, my boy, Donnie Boy, is found guilty
Mm-hmm.
of his I was gonna say transgressions, but no, his what was it? Money fraud, 34 counts. He was found
Falsifying
guilty,
documents.
falsifying documents.
Yeah.
What did they call it? What did they name this trial? They use what is it? something. What is it called? Oh, they used a specific term for this trial regarding money. I forget what it was, but yeah, he had been on trial for what? Was it a year almost, or like 6 months,
About a year, I
or
think.
3 months, something like that? I
Time
know
more,
it's been a
maybe.
while, but
Yeah.
he was finally found guilty today of all 34 counts. He can face up to 4 years in prison, according to the news. He
Only former president to be convicted of anything.
the only one. He's
Felon
the
too.
only one to be convicted of a felony. He's 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 not. He won't be the first person to run for president if he goes to prison. There's actually one other man back in 1920 who ran for president from prison, and he did get over 1 million votes. He still lost, but he got over 1 million votes.
That's
But
wild.
yeah, that was wild. When I read that today, that was wild. But so yeah, so it seems like I know the sentencing hearing is coming up soon. So they say he can face up to 4 years. I don't think he's going to see a day in jail or in
Of
prison.
course not.
Um, I think there's going to be some type of heavy penalty, restitution, some type of form of whatever he got to do. So I don't think he's going to see a day in prison. It's just interesting that after the verdict was given, he comes out, he just bashes the entire justice system. He bashed the judge and his his base, Ted Cruz, a few other people came out and said that this is a dark day for the country, the democracy. This is a shade on democracy. The justice system should be ashamed of itself. So it's just, I thought it was funny. This is how ironic now. All of a sudden, the justice system is terrible now. But
Mhm.
when Trayvon Martin's lawyer and Trayvon Martin's mom and dad was saying the same thing, y'all just say, "Hey, George, what's his name? George Zimmerman was acquitted. He was judged by 12. That's what the justice system is supposed to do." Well, guess what,
Mhm.
people? Donald Trump was convicted. He was found guilty by 12 by the same justice system. So now, all of a sudden, now it's a terrible day in America. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? But
Man.
I can't wait the next few months to see how this goes, because I personally think this has fired up the entire Trump supporters around the country. I think more
Mhm.
people now are going to vote for him. I think people who really were going to vote for him, who were like on the fence, I think they're really going to vote for him now, just because a lot of people feel like he was done wrong by the Democrats. So we gonna see how this election is gonna turn out. We are. We really
Mhm.
gonna see.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just crazy, bro. I think it's just embarrassing. America is embarrassing. Like it's absolutely embarrassing that this is like a former president. Like, I mean, to even when we really think about what he's been charged with. I mean, this is for him trying to have hush money for
That's what it's
porn
called. Hush money trial. The hush money trial.
that he was sleeping with, and he
Yep.
tried to cover up before the
Stormy Daniels.
election. Yeah, Stormy Daniels. That is just the whitest porn.
2016.
That's the whitest
2016.
porn name in history. Like
Yeah, that's a classic porn name.
that's a classic white porn name, like fam. But
Stormy.
yeah, it's just embarrassing. Like he's talking about the world is laughing at us
Yeah.
because of what happened today. They've been laughing, the world has been laughing at us for the last, 10 years.
Fam, fam, the
They
world
have
laughed at
been
us. The world laughed at the USA on January 6th, 3 years ago.
yes,
They fucking
yes.
laughed.
They laughed when he became president. Like
They
nobody was really
did.
believing like y'all, this is what y'all do to y'all, with y'all democratic process is y'all, elect clowns into office. Yeah, we do. We do.
Like there's a
Unfortunately, we do.
there's a really strong possibility that a guy that's been convicted of a felony will become the president. This is
Mhm,
a strong possibility.
mhm.
But in this country, except for 2 states, you can't vote if you're a felon.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's,
You can run for president.
you can run for president though. This is
That's wild.
crazy. This is
It's, it's
crazy.
our system is so flawed, and it's made to benefit you know uh those that are rich in power. It's and of white skin.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's be clear. That's what it's designed to do, to allow them, like, because in how the system is made, who's going to be, more than likely be in jail, you know what I'm saying, and be convicted.
Who
And
is?
so, and who would more than likely, we've only had what, one, I guess two, if you include Kamala. We've only had two non-black presidents,
That's it. Just two.
non-white
I'm,
presidents. So
I'm trying to look up what his statement was on Twitter, which was so funny. But
he's just a clown. I can't believe that he even, like, I never, like, he Donald Trump was The Apprentice.
yes,
He's a reality TV show. Like,
reality TV show.
how was he ever in office is beyond me. And to see that, it's like, bro, half the country voted for him. I mean, to see that we have half the country that's absolutely insane. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Biden fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a Biden fan, but
It,
geez
it's
Louise.
it's you're right. You go back to that 2016 election, like you said, half of the country voted for him. Women, a lot of women voted for him, and
And look what happened.
look what happened. So I mean,
You to vote for somebody against your own interest is crazy.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
He said it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting
You're
for our Constitution.
fighting for yourself.
And then he said the trial was an attempt to interfere with the 2024 election. He got some
Good.
nerve. He got some nerve, man. Talk about. Oh my God. Whoa. But but again, Tease, the scary part is there are a lot of millions of people who believe everything he says.
Yes.
Everything.
It's insane. Like, I be thinking, like, what is wrong with your brain cells? Like, it's nothing about Donald Trump that should make you believe that he is interested in the democratic process. Like,
no,
he is not interested in how the country. Did he even go to school? Did he even? I mean, like, I don't even believe Donald Trump passed Constitution.
That's what I mean.
Because the way he was acting when we think about January 6th, it's just like, did anybody take that? Because we had to take it twice in 8th grade and in high school.
I took it in high school.
So I'm like,
high school.
For y'all to be saying that the election process is wrong, like, no, nothing different happened than what's been happening the past since we've been in a country.
That's what I never understood. People, I'm like, y'all clearly didn't pay attention in school on how this country is ran in terms of the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Like, y'all really did not pay attention, because the things that Donald Trump is saying, it's not true based upon the Constitution. It's not true. Yeah. But people, like you just said, they didn't care. They just wanted America to be great again.
They want America to be white again. That's just the key word. And like, black people who like are on this Trump train, like, I vote for whoever you want to, like, vote for whoever you want to. And I get, black people that are angry with Joe Biden and Democrats, as we should be, and we should be holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? But to me, their reasoning for voting for Trump it doesn't make sense. Like, what do you think he's gonna do? You think he cares more about black people? Like, I don't think I don't think he's the president. The people in office are the current Congress does not want the word diversity to be a thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're voting for, you're gonna probably more than likely have another Republican House, and so nothing's gonna get passed if they don't even If they hate diversity, equity, and inclusion, they're not trying to do anything for black people. That's telling you that right there. So I do not get it. And then that project 20, what is it, project 25 or something like that?
Uh-huh.
2025.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta finish reading up on it. I've only taken a quick glimpse of what it's really about, but that's insane. It's basically like a kind of like a manifesto of what they want to do if he wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is their plan. So if he wins, this is what we're going to do. And again, a lot of it is wiping out, everything to do with diversity.
He
Yeah.
he he talked for a few minutes after he said the real verdict will be November 5th by the people. The whole country is being rigged right now. This is being done by the Biden administration in order to hurt or wound a political opponent. We'll fight to the end and we'll win. This is long from over.
Oh my gosh, this dude is such a clown. It's just so embarrassing, bro. It's so freaking
It's
embarrassing.
funny. It's funny because he's a character. Like he is really a character. It's
Yeah.
almost like he's not real.
Yes.
He's really a character, man.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that
But it
believe.
is real though.
I
That's
know
the sad part. It's
it's so
really
many
real.
people that believe in
Hey.
what he says. It's so many,
Yeah.
like this dude, like literally, like he literally lost an election, and he literally was like, "I'm not leaving this goddamn White House. I don't care what y'all say." Like he,
That's
like
crazy.
like it was crazy. And
Yeah.
now he running again, and he and again he's probably gonna have probably the bigger support now than he had it in 2016. All because now people are gonna look at him like, "Oh, he's a hero. He's a symbol for us. He's been
He's an
wrongly
American
convicted.
hero.
He's been wrongly convicted." You know how many black people have
Well,
been wrongly convicted in this world, in this
facts.
country?
Facts. Well, Stephen A said that his conviction is relatable to black people. So
Yeah. And see, the problem is I understood the comparison on that front, but Stephen A is such a buffoon with how he says things. If it would have came from anybody else that was like semi-intelligent a little bit more in the political world, I don't think he would have got this backlash. But the difference is we see the privilege. That's the difference. He is running for president and he's been convicted. Leroy can't even get a motherfucking job if he convicted. He can't even vote. But Donald Trump can run for president.
Right. Right.
I
mean, in the
man.
comparison to saying like someone wrongly convicted, he's not wrongly convicted. He's
No,
rightly
he's
convicted.
not.
He should be convicted of a bunch of things. So no, we can't relate in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
He's
stupid.
convicted. He's rightly convicted. He broke the law.
Yeah, he should be convicted of a bunch of other stuff too. But
yeah,
hey,
he tried to pay money to his side chick to keep her quiet, and the money that he paid was off the books, and he got caught. That's what it was.
Point blank. Period.
Point blank. Period. That's all it was. And now he gonna have to deal with it, which he probably don't care because he probably gonna go home tonight and probably gonna come out tomorrow with more words to say how he ready to think about this this what's name that's coming up, the not the Democratic convention, not the convention, but when they have the debate. Think about this debate that's coming up. He gonna be ready to throw shots at Biden, to talk big shit to the world that really like he can't be touched.
I mean, that's the embarrassing part, is that I don't think either one of them are good leaders for the country. I don't think neither one of them represent the majority of the country. And, it's just, we're in a sad, even though with all of this, it's embarrassing, it's funny, but it's like, Joe, our leadership is trash. Like, we do not have good leaders across that, that can represent us on a global basis. Like, we're in a sad situation. Like, we've got to get younger. We've got to get smarter. And a country that's built, quote unquote, on diversity and anybody having a dream, like, we have to get more different. We have to we have to be better. I mean, things have to change. Like we're
Yeah.
going backwards. Like we're going backwards in time, and because of people that's in power trying to keep that power. But you know, we gotta change, bro. Like we can't keep having old white men that's way beyond their years.
And that's the thing.
They're not connected to the country. They don't know. They don't understand what's really going on. Like how people. I just read an article. I think I sent it to y'all like last week, where the average, like the average year for cars now, people owning cars is 12 years.
Really?
And last year, I think they said last year, it was last year up until this year, I believe, like has marked the lowest in sale of new cars.
Really?
I think it's lower than the recession.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
12 years?
It was either 10 or 12 years. That's the average. That's the average that people are keeping their cars longer because they can't afford to get a new one.
But that just goes, like you just said, the cost of living is different than it was. You're right.
And the same thing with housing too. Like people are not buying houses because, you know, the interest rate costs too much, bro. Like nobody's getting ready to buy on the salary that we make, getting ready to buy a house that's $300,000 and $400,000. Like that's insane, bro. That's insane. But these houses are trying to go like they trying to for condos that are like 1 bedroom. They want them to be like $108,000. Wow. For a 1 bedroom condo? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Like, and so because of that, then you have the people that capitalize off of that, the people that have the money, so they buy up all the rental properties. So now the rent is higher. You know, so it's you know, we're not talking about what's really going on with people in America right now, and the younger people who, when they say they don't want to work, it's not because they don't want to work. It's when you're working hard, bro. I get young people when you're working hard and you feel like I still don't have enough. I went to school. I did what I told me to do, and I got a job where I'm working, 40 plus, hours a week, and I barely got money to pay my bills. Like that's not what, there's nothing to look forward to.
It's nothing to look forward to at all.
Look forward to. Is that I'm gonna go to school, and school costs more than it's ever cost before. So I'm gonna go to school, get in debt, and hope I get a job that pays well, and maybe I can afford a house, maybe I can afford a car, like all this stuff. Back in the day, bro, it was sold to us that you get you a good job, you get a house, and you get a car, and that your job will pay for that. But it's
That's
not
what
like
we were told. That's exactly
like
what we
that.
was told. Yep.
Yeah.
Go to school, get a good job, buy a house, buy a car, raise a family.
Yep.
That's what we was told. But times have changed. But I do know this. I am tired of seeing some old motherfucker as the president of the United States. I am tired of that. I want to see somebody that literally is maybe 40 years old or 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to be at least 42 or something like that.
35 years older. You gotta be 35 years older.
Okay, I thought it was 40. But yeah, it's yeah, we got to do something different.
And there's really no like education requirement. There's like really no like background you're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at Trump. You don't have to be a lawyer. Yeah. You don't have to know the law. You don't have to understand politics. All you have to do is get the popular vote. Yeah.
That's it. You don't have to be a public figure, like a public servant. Yeah, you don't have to do none of that. So you just have to meet a certain requirement, 35 years or older, a U.S. citizen, and pretty much you can run for president.
Yeah.
So, but it's something that I don't even think they'll never touch something like that in the Constitution. They'll rather touch stuff like civil rights and abortion.
Yeah, because that doesn't affect them. Yeah. Yeah.
they'll rewrite that. So you know what I'm saying. So I don't
Yeah,
know, but just to end this whole discussion, these next few months, it's going to be really interesting to see how this country is going to be moving towards whoever they're going to be voting for, especially
yeah,
after today. So,
yeah. I don't think today going those who gonna vote for Trump gonna still vote for him. It's not
oh
gonna
yeah,
change.
you
Yeah.
you see people now on Twitter that like digging in, declaring like I'm still voting for Trump.
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
digging in. So
Yeah.
it's you talk about you talk about. I mean, we always knew this place was divided. But man, we just know how it looked when we saw it in 2016, leading up to 2016. It's gonna be it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's funny and it's kind of scary in some respects. But
Yeah. Yeah.
this is America. Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about some music. So Apple came out with their
Music. Music.
music. Shout out to Glorilla. Apple came out with their top 10 albums of all time, and
It's more than that, right? I mean, it was like top
yeah, it was
100, I
more
think, right?
top
Yeah.
100, but they I think on Instagram they just dropped like 10. What they put their
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the number one album was
Well, let's before we get to number one,
okay. Go
let's
ahead.
let's
Go ahead.
let's do the top 10. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start at 13 because your guy in here. I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
say Jay-Z was 13 with the Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beyonce is 10 with Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 is Nirvana, Nevermind.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 is Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Number 7 is Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Number 6, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. Number 5, Frank Ocean, Blonde. Number 4, Prince and a Revolution, Purple Rain. Number 3, The Beatles, Abbey Road. Number 2, Michael Jackson, Thriller. And number 1 was Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So, bro, what's your initial thoughts or
First,
immediate thoughts when you heard that list?
first of all, Stevie Wonder's album was too low. But I
Facts.
I have to always remember context. This isn't just R&B, hip hop, urban music.
Sure.
This is all genre of music. So I get it. But I still say Stevie Wonder's album was too low. I understand growing up what Nirvana meant to pop culture because I saw it MTV. Like I get it. I know what Nirvana meant. Um, Michael Jackson Thriller, for me, that would have been number one.
It's clearly number one.
That would have been number one.
Number one in every. That's number one. There's number one in
I,
in
I don't understand how
everybody's common sense.
I, I just don't understand how Lauryn Hills. I don't understand how that album gets so much. Listen, it's not a
You think it's
terrible album.
overrated, bro?
It's not overrated, but she's won awards for that album for a rap album, which that's not a rap album. She's won
No.
awards for that. The album is good, but we're talking the number one album out of 100.
She's not. You're not. I'm sorry. I love Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It's not better than Thriller.
No,
It's not better than Purple Rain. It's not
no,
better than Songs in the Key of Life. Just
no,
those three, period.
no.
I'm not big on the Beatles, so I don't know if it's not better than them. But just thinking about those three in itself, those albums are clearly, even though they're three of my favorite albums, but that album is not, I don't even think it go in top 10, to be
It's
quite
not
honest.
even in the top 10.
That's delusion. That's delusion. I don't even think the miseducation. This is just my personal. We're just talking about personal. That's the thing about this stuff is all subjective. I don't know who voted for this, but it's not even better than Confessions to me, to be quite honest.
Who's
I
to
would
say
put
what that was at? Who's to
I would
say
put
what Confessions was at on that list? I gotta look that up. What
Confessions
was
was on
Confessions?
there. It may have been like maybe in the 40s or
Wow.
50s.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Lauryn Hill, #1 album in Apple Music's top 100.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I'm like, Beyonce Lemonade, that was a good album. Trust, I loved Beyonce Lemonade, but I'm like, Beyonce, I don't know that that's even her best album. Like, I don't know. That again, that kind of stuff is subjective, but I don't know that that's her best album. That it should be in top 10. Like Lemonade, I don't know.
And I know why people like Lemonade. I
I
get
do.
it.
I love Lemonade. I
I
love
get
Lemonade.
it. Lemonade was that album where you got like
A different kind of vibe from her.
you did a whole
Yeah.
different vibe from her. And I
Yeah.
get it. It's probably one of those albums you probably can listen to all the way. So I
Yeah.
understand that. But again, you had Lauryn Hill as the #1 album in the history. Like basically, you said her album was better than every piece of work, the music that came out over the last 50 to 60 years.
No, and I love that album. I can listen to it straight through. I can listen to that album straight through. I can really can. It's a great album. It's high in it's if I had to, bring an album on a deserted island, I probably would bring it. And
Yeah.
I can't even say that because I have my own personal things I listen to. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that I always go visit. I can't say that I always go visit Miseducation. But I always go visit Songs in the Key of Life. I always listen to
I
Purple
know you
Rain.
do.
I
I know you
always
do.
listen to Thriller.
You
So
always do. You always talk about that. You
I'm
al-
all
you, you
I'm stuck in
you
mode
always say on social media, I'm listening to Stevie Wonder, or you listen
for
to.
sure.
You
Yes.
always do that. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, and I don't always go back and listen to X Factor, right? Or I do if I do go back to when I usually listen to songs in the not songs of key, when I listen to Lauryn Hill, that Miseducation, I probably listen to every city, every ghetto. That's my excuse
yeah.
me. That's my jam on there. I love that one, but
I
everything
just
is everything. I love everything. I love that too.
I'm just gonna say this. People, and I don't know, y'all people who out there, y'all give way too much credit for Lauryn Hill for that one damn. Just way too much credit, dog.
Hey,
Way
bro,
too much.
she be in her bag with it too. I sacrificed with everything I sacrificed, and I gave y'all. I be like, oh, you gave us one album. Relax.
One album. And
One
now this
album, literally.
and Apple got this one album as the best album of all time. That's
Yeah,
basically what Apple is saying.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, and look, even over the Beatles. Now, if anybody who's a music historian, they'll tell you that that Beatles album is
Mm-hmm.
like the rock and roll, like a classic musical album. People
Yeah,
have sampled records off of that album,
yeah.
whatever. So I understand. Like I said, I understand what that album means to music, period, in this country. But the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is the best album.
No, I ain't going, fam. I feel like too, like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I ain't going.
Y'all wow. Apple,
I ain't
y'all
going.
wow, Joe.
Yeah,
Y'all wow. Do y'all got a partnership with her or something that y'all need to be rolling out? I mean, what y'all wow for that, bro.
yeah. That's interesting. That's
That
interesting. Yeah,
when I seen that and I saw that as a #1 album, I was like, I laughed like this gotta be a joke.
yeah, yeah.
Over
That's not.
Stevie Wonder, like, come on, man.
It's not.
Come on.
It's no way that's over. I mean, Stevie Wonder did a whole tour of all the albums that he has. He had a whole tour on just that album.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
So
I
many people have sampled Stevie Wonder songs from that album.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like,
Man, this
I
is
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
that was a little insane, if you ask me, a little insanity.
Very much insanity. Very
Yeah.
much. And then Ebro look goofy ass. He giving her like the little thing for the out for the number one. I'm like, man, Ebro, you probably don't even agree with this shit.
He don't, but he on code, so you know how it go.
Yeah, man. I said, man, I said, but y'all, these people really love that album that much. I mean, come on.
No, it's that's way too high, and it
Man,
definitely
way too.
wouldn't be number one. I wouldn't even put it top 10. Sorry, no disrespect to Lauryn Hill, but
No,
it ain't. That's
no disrespect to Lauren here at all. No,
yeah.
but come
It's just, we're not gonna do that. We
the,
yeah, that's playing in our face.
the,
That's playing in our face. We're like, you
the
seriously, y'all
number one album. You telling us it's the number one album in music history.
Michael Jackson is rolling in his grave.
Rolling over his grave.
Rolling in his grave. I know damn well Prince would be like, no.
Prince will make that face. You know that face he make like. That's the face Prince will make. Yeah, Prince will be like that. Like
Prince
really?
would be like,
Lauren,
no.
Prince will be like, Lauren who?
Right. He'd be like, I played every instrument on that album.
Yeah.
I wrote everything. I wrote that song when I was 6. I wrote all those songs when I was 6. And this is what we're doing. No. Does she even know how to sing? My microphone is on.
Yeah, man. Lauryn Hill, boy, hey, listen, I ain't gonna take it out on her, but these people who voted for, oh my God.
Yeah, that was insane.
Y'all tripping.
That's who wants some good stuff, bro. They smoking what Terrance Howard had.
I want some of that for real. That's gonna cure pain and everything. Man, over Thriller? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
So this is what I understand. It's the number one album. It beat out the album. Didn't Michael Jackson one time that Thriller album was like the most album sales?
I think it's still. I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's like the most. That record has sold the most records worldwide than anybody, than any other artist in the world.
That's wild.
So I don't even understand how does someone with that level of global just global influence and he's number 2. Like
that's wild. It's wild.
Honestly, you could have put Off the Wall in there, to be quite honest.
I'd have been cool with that.
If you could swipe out Thriller with Off the Wall. That's just a personal preference, but Thriller is actually sold more than anybody. So the fact that that's sold more than anybody and that's not
worldwide.
Worldwide. Stop playing with Michael Jackson, okay?
Yeah.
Stop playing with Michael.
Y'all playing in Michael face, man.
Y'all playing in that man face, man. Don't do Michael.
Man. Y'all wrong, man.
Yeah. Don't Mike deserve better than that.
I bet Janet Jackson was like, I was like, what?
She was on there too. I think she was on there. I think the Velvet Rope was on there. I can't remember what number it was.
Velvet Rope?
Velvet Rope. Maybe Rhythm Nation. I can't remember.
If Rhythm Nation was not on that list,
you know what? It might be. I think they had Control on there.
Okay. Because I'm about to say, I'm about to say, man, because if they had it, I was gonna say, fuck that list for real. That's not even her best album. Velvet Rope not even her best album.
Yeah, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. It was Control. It was Control.
Okay.
It was Control. Yeah, I'll get Control. Control was a good album.
And I get that's the thing. I get why Control would be on there because Control was like what her coming out party.
Yeah. When I was 17, I did what people told me.
Look at you with the shoulder. Look at you with the shoulders. Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. Back in the day, we used to watch those videos and do the dances. It's so hilarious.
We did. You better dance, Tease. You better dance.
Too funny. Too funny.
But yeah, so that was the list. That was Apple's list. So everybody go check that out. Let us know what you think of that list, because you heard from us. We think that list is some bullshit, but you know,
garbage.
But hey, man, everybody's entitled to their list, I guess.
That's facts. Yeah.
What about this, Tease? Love and Basketball. This came up. I saw this on social media.
I saw it.
It came up, and you know me, I felt the way about Love and Basketball, and then I watch it as I got older because I look at Monica a little different now. Just the character Monica, but was it really a love story?
I don't think it was a love story.
See,
I don't think it's not one of my favorite movies anyway. But I don't think it wasn't I don't think it was a love story. Like,
why?
Quincy was selfish as hell. He was selfish. He was selfish as hell. And yeah, I don't know if I want that kind of love. Like, to me, I think of love stories. I think about, I can relate to myself, and I can think like, oh, I would want that. I don't want no dude that just dunked on me, and
he pushed her down, dunked on
pushed her down, put his balls in my face, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take that, like, like, that's not love. That's not
no diddy.
So, yeah, I don't I'm gonna have to go on. I'm gonna just say no. It's not a love story. That it would, at least not for me. I wouldn't want it. Yeah.
I have to agree with you. I don't think it's a love story. I know how they try to sell it because of the whole, in the end, they end up getting together and they defied the odds.
Mm-hmm.
They got together. But Quincy was an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an asshole as a little boy.
He was.
My thing with Monica is that she was focused on hooping so much that I do think she kind of lost sight of Quincy going spiraling down. But maybe it wasn't her fault because her shit was starting to take off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't her fault, but maybe Quincy just was in his feelings because for him, hooping wasn't fun anymore. For her, hooping started to be fun because she started to play and she started to have success. It was going opposite for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know how to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
And he got hurt. And, he's messed with the other chick. Tyra Banks had like a little terrible ass part in that movie. But
yeah. Like, what, girl?
But yeah, Love and Basketball. I don't know if I put that in a love story. Like I put in the same category as Love Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm putting it up there.
Yeah.
But when you watch Love and Basketball again, part of me was like, this movie was trash.
It's kind of huff.
This movie was kind of huff. Back then, though, I kind of liked it.
It was so good. Yeah.
When you watch it get older, you're like, this shit was trash.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get older and you start having your own life and seeing real, you see stuff different. You're like, this movie was kind of garbage. Yeah.
Garbage as hell. You had young ass Gabrielle Union in there.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little hoe. Then you had
time out. Gabby used to play hoe in like a lot of movies in the early
she brought it up. Let's talk about it. So let's go down that rabbit hole. I think you're right because and two can play that game.
She was a hoe.
Mm-hmm. Love and Basketball.
She was a hoe.
The only movie you can say she wasn't a hoe in was Deliver Us from Evil.
Right. She was stuck up there.
But in other movies,
borderline hoe in The Brothers.
She was born. I was gonna say that she was almost a little hoe in Brothers. Almost.
Yeah.
She smashed dude daddy.
Yeah.
But we're gonna give her a pass because she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
right.
She was almost a little hoe in that. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Gabrielle Union was busting it open in her movie.
She did that. I remember her saying that those roles that she could relate to. I was like,
damn, she said that?
Yeah, she said that. Like I remember Tuka play that game.
God damn,
And
Gabby.
I remember her like in an interview. I remember back then, bro. I remember her saying that her and her friends just like take dudes men so she can relate to Connie. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember her saying that. Like in high school, they had a thing about like whose boyfriends they could take. Yeah.
Gabby was getting down back then, huh?
Well, she got
Well,
Dwayne Wade kind of so.
I mean, I've heard stories about her amongst basketball players, but that's neither here nor there. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So back to Love and Basketball. We're saying on some of this podcast, we don't think that's a love story, and we standing on it.
We
We
stand on
stand
business.
on. We stand on. We don't think
Stand
that
on
was a
business.
love story. No, we throwing that one out.
Yeah,
We
it can
throwing that
go.
one out. Now
It can go.
next week we might have another movie where we gonna maybe dissect and be like, you know what,
Yeah.
we're gonna throw that 99, 2000 movies out.
I'll throw that out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna throw that out as a love
Yeah.
story. Oh, what else I want to talk about? Oh, what about that little girl and her mama when they was in New York and the police arrested that lady because she was accused of shoplifting. That little girl was going off.
That was
You see
crazy.
did you hear the stuff she was saying?
Yeah, she was saying she was cussing them out like grown men. Like she
Like
was saying like
grown, like she was a grown woman.
hands off my mama and it's gonna be some problems if y'all don't let go of my mama and
Let
it's
go of my mama.
yeah.
Like, damn.
She ain't even steal my auntie stole. What?
Right. She threw her auntie
She
under the
threw her
bus. She
auntie under the
snitched.
bus. I'm like,
She
what?
snitched. If y'all
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, go to it's probably on Twitter,
It's
Facebook.
everywhere. It's
This little girl yelling
on
at the
Instagram
police,
for
cussing the
sure.
police
Yeah.
out because they stopped her mom and I guess somebody had called the police and said the girl's mom was shoplifting.
Yeah.
So
It was
they
they definitely had picked the wrong person based upon the description. Her
mm-hmm.
mother didn't fit the description. But I guess but with her mama letting her do that, what do you think that's good parenting or bad parenting?
I come from the era of you shut your damn mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the era I come from. Because how
Mm-hmm.
she was talking, she was doing way too much. That's
Yeah.
the era
She's
I
in
come
grown folk business.
She was in grown folks' business. That's the era
Yeah.
I come from. Because some of the stuff she was saying, she was like, you can't be recording. You this and that. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. She just really just I kept saying to myself, is she making it worse for her mama? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. But
Mhm.
I know people in the comments were saying, you know, her mama taught her well. She know how to talk to police and, you know, saying all this and that. I'm like, that little girl gonna be something else when she get older.
She
Like,
get if you don't respect authority, she's not going to be one that does well in life.
I feel sorry for the man who be with her because she gonna cuss him out completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That
And
was
the
too much.
and the video wasn't that long. It wasn't that long, but you could just see the police. Like I wonder what the police was thinking at the end of that call when they was going back and they called like this little girl crazy as hell. Like I want
Yeah. They probably was thinking that why her mama let her just sit there and say that too. You know what I'm saying? Like why
to
wasn't
say
her
all that.
mama telling her to be quiet? Like because she could have escalated it and made it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's just say she did get in front of like a police officer and they grabbed her up. Then the mama screaming. Then you want to grab your daughter. Like, that's what I'm saying. Respecting people that's an authority figure. Not saying that you can't challenge things, but it's a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way and
Mm-hmm.
then if you're a kid, you still have to respect order. Like you're a child, stay in the child's place.
In the child's place.
You
She
know,
said
just
she said it wasn't even my mama. It's my auntie that was stealing. I said, look at this little
man,
girl.
when she said that, I was like,
Just
fam,
look
your
at this
aunt
little
caught
girl.
astray.
I said,
Now
this
your
little
aunt
girl,
in
OC.
jail. Your
OC
auntie in
little
jail
girl.
because you in grown folks' business.
Too much grown folks business.
Yeah,
But
that was out of
y'all check it out though. Y'all check that video out because I know I be reading the comments. You know, people had different opinions on it, and I was just like, okay, I don't think either opinion is wrong, but I'm just saying for me as a little kid, as a young man, young person, you couldn't talk like that.
no,
You just couldn't talk like that.
no.
No
You
matter
would
if my mama was
you would
wrong
got
or
popped.
right. You got
Yeah,
popped
pop
in
your
your damn.
mouth.
Exactly. You just
Yeah.
doing too much. But
Mhm.
this is the world we live in now with these damn kids, tease.
Mhm.
Some of these
Yeah,
some of these
not my
some of these
kid.
some of these kids was I think some of these kids learn or know too much
They
stuff
exposed
that
to too much stuff. Yeah.
than they should be.
Yeah. 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 They definitely have. They're definitely exposed to too much too early. I think.
Yeah. The
You know.
stuff like we talked about last week, the stuff they need to know, they don't know.
Mhm. And their brains can't process this stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
So and people really enjoyed last week's show with Jaleesa. They
They
really
did. Shout out to
they,
Delisa. Shout
yeah,
out.
shout
Shout
out to
out.
Jaleesa, yeah, for coming through. People really liked it. I had a couple people on Snapchat who sent me a message and said they really liked the show. They watched the clip first, and then they
Mhm.
went to YouTube and watched the show, and they said they really liked it.
Nice.
People who actually really dealing with
Yeah.
stuff, so
Yeah.
that's why they
Yeah.
really liked it. So, but yeah, that was a good show. Y'all check
Yeah.
that out. That was episode 107. So make sure y'all check that out.
Episode 107 for sure. Yeah.
Um, let's see what else going on. So, Tease, we down. Last thing, we down to the Boston Celtics swept the Pacers, so they're in the finals. NBA Finals starts next Thursday, Game 1. Now we in Game 5 with Dallas and Minnesota. So
Mhm.
what you thinking? Who gonna win that series, T? It's 3 games to 1 Dallas.
When we first started, when the season, when they first, I picked Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. So
In
did I.
6 or 7.
So did I.
Um, and yeah, when Dallas won 3 in a row, it was it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if they win tonight, they play tonight, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if they win tonight, they're not winning the series. I don't see them winning 4 games in a row. If they win 4 games in a row,
That's
that'd
impressive.
be that'd be very, very impressive. But I
Yeah.
don't see that. I feel like uh even if they win tonight, I still think Dallas is gonna win the series.
Okay.
They when they went they should have won one of them at home. I mean one on the road, and they
Mm-hmm.
did. And so losing 3 games straight, I just don't see that. I don't see them beating Dallas 4 times. I don't see that happening. So
I don't
I
either.
I think it'll be the Mavs in Boston, and Boston is just I just don't trust Boston to
You don't
pick
trust
them.
Boston?
I don't I would like to see Jason Tatum win, but I don't trust them. Yeah.
Okay. I think Dallas is gonna close it out tonight, and
Mhm.
they I think it behooves them to close it out tonight because they'll
Get
they'll
rest.
have they'll have almost a week to rest, just about a week.
Yeah.
And Luke is banged up.
Mhm.
A lot of other guys are banged up.
Everybody
So
banged up this time of the year.
having that week off will help.
Yeah.
And I know for the Celtics, having a week off, they might get their other player back, Porzingis. He might be back for the finals. So I just think it behooves Dallas to get rid of Minnesota tonight. I
And they're
do.
gonna be that's a long break, bro.
It's a long break.
That's a long break with no basketball. So
Yes, especially for us dudes. We don't know what the hell we gonna do. We actually gonna
watch
have to
the NBA.
that too, but we actually gonna have to talk to our women folk now.
That's good. It's a good thing. We can listen. We have good things to say.
Y'all got good things to say.
Yes, we have good things to talk about. Yeah.
But I mean, NBA Finals, y'all, next Thursday, Game 1. The NBA Finals will be on ABC, ESPN. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And one more year of TNT, and then the NBA will be on NBC for the
Oh,
2024-25 season.
we'll
I'm
see how
looking
that goes. I
I'm
don't know
looking
if I
forward
like
to
it
that.
or not.
I'm
Why, bro?
tired of
What
Reggie Miller. I'm tired of Reggie Miller. I'm so glad that it's
the
gonna be
Reggie
gone.
Miller hate is real.
But I will miss the little inside the NBA crew though.
Yeah,
I
me too.
will miss them. But yeah. But
Yeah.
$2.5 billion, man. Hey,
Money talks.
money talks, bullshit walks
Yeah.
on the real.
Big fact.
So you got any shots, Tease? Any shout outs for anybody?
Um, no shout outs that I already didn't give already. I already shouted out my niece and my god baby on their graduation. Shout out to all graduates. We
Shout out to the
closing out
guy.
May, so this has definitely been a month of graduation. So
Yes,
congratulations to all you all, no matter what that next step is, whether it's
yes,
going to
yes.
high school, going to college, getting your master's, whatever that is. Shout out
Hmm.
to everyone that's taking education serious and you know um yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
And y'all enjoy y'all summer. Y'all work hard all fall, winter, spring. So enjoy y'all summer, you graduates, and whatever y'all choose to do. You high school kids, post high school, if you're going to school in the fall, have a good summer. Stay safe, and then get focused and start that other journey, that 4 or 5 year journey in college, however long it takes. And salute to you, those who graduated from college, and now you're going to say, "Hey, I'm going back to school." Salute to you, who's starting their journey with that master's program.
Man, I wish I had it in me.
Yeah, I know, I know. I be every 6 months. I'll be like, "Man, should I go back, man, and get
Mhm.
my?" But I just don't know if I got the focus.
I don't have the focus, bro. I didn't waste my damn money.
Yeah, I just that's my
Yeah.
issue. But salute to
Yeah.
y'all who do it. And
Yes.
oh, before
Big
we
salute
go,
to y'all.
um, a big middle finger to Candace Owens, who wants to get
Mm.
with a porn. Middle finger to you.
Well, y'all can take a break from it.
Okay, okay, Candace. How about that? How about you don't
That's
run nothing?
hilarious.
You don't
That's
run nothing,
hilarious.
Candace. Free Black Twitter. All right, I'm out. I'm out, man.
We'll see y'all next week.
We'll be back next week.
Peace
Peace.
out.